I'm Kajal Ruparel, occupational psychologist specialising in assessment and selection and leadership development. I'm a chair of the Science and Practice Strategy Group, which is part of the Division of Occupational Psychology. The objective of this group is to be the voice of our members, to promote the value that occupational psychologists bring to the world of work, and to publicise the latest research within our field.
What we asked people to do on the night was to actually experience a mini action learning set. And we invited them first to go through that process of identifying a topic that one individual in the group would share with everyone else, and asked another person to become a facilitator for that group, and then gave them about half an hour to actually practice it and experience it. And then at the end of it, we did, which every good action learning set should do, is review how that went and how they would improve what they did. I believe organisations can benefit from being involved because it will help demystify what psychologists actually do, and maybe get away from some of the mumbo jumbo that we're accused of, and see us in a very practical light.
Simple example, I could think of somebody who said that they got into a managerial role, got very frustrated. In the past, when they used to shout at people, people did things. And they've got this group that's rather intransigent about responding to shouting, and would complain about it. So it was, well, what could you do differently? And it was about building their skills in finding other ways to encourage people to perform better other than shout. You know, now it sounds like a very simple example, but I think there are quite a number of people out there who might be put in what we call the bully category, who have learned that that's their only strategy to do it in a forceful way. And so sometimes with the action learning set, they learn more subtle ways of operating. Okay, so that's it, and the discipline of action learning is to take people right the way around that cycle, and that's really important. So, how does it work in practice? You wanted to know, well, what does this thing called a set look like, and how does it work? As somebody actually said, how does action learning work in practice? So, first, it's about you set some ground rules for the group. I'll show you a set of ground rules that go with this. But what happens is start with a set of ground rules. Things like confidentiality is really important to an action learning set, that people feel it will stay within the set and not go outside of that arena. And that's really important for creating safety. To have a really good action learning set, you need safety of that set. That they don't feel the facilitator is going to go off and talk to the sponsor of the set about what everybody said in that room, that they're confident that nobody else in that set will go to anybody else. This is their place where maybe they can say things they can't say anywhere else in the organisation. If any of you have read Gerard Egan's book on shadow side of organisations, you know, it's the things that are said in the shadows that are often actually quite important, but people feel afraid of saying them in the light. But they can often define an organisation. Some organisations have big shadows.
If you're interested in getting involved in any way, whether it be organising an event, facilitating one, or coming up with ideas, then please contact the following: dopme@bps.org.uk.